Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. We've had kind of a lazy morning, so I'm just now getting ready to head out the door. Just heading to the grocery store to pick up the ingredients for the beef brisket. So I have on my Jack Rogers sandals, J. Crew navy blue shorts, and a shirt from Ann Taylor Loft factory. So I'm heading out, and I think I'm going to pick up Starbucks too because I'm starving because it's been such a slow morning, but I want to get out to the store before it gets really hot. It's going to be a hot one today. Probably not the best day to make something that you cook in the oven for several hours, but we're going to give it a go. So I just popped in Starbucks and I have a small sweet potato cupcake because they're new and a tall iced chai. Well, I'm back with a very large piece of meat. This is just under 3 pounds. It actually came in a 7-pound package, or is it a little over 7 pounds? And I was asking them, first I had to ask them if they had brisket, because I didn't know what I was looking for. They showed it to me, and then I was like, oh, do you have anything smaller? And they're like, well, if we cut it, it's an extra $1 a pound. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was like, well, I guess I can just freeze whatever I don't use. And they're like, yeah, you can do that. So I was like, okay. So I go to I was going to put it in my basket, and then I saw that it was like $56, and I was like, well, maybe I don't need $56 worth of beef brisket for one recipe and half of it that I'm gonna freeze and may never use again. So I was like, yeah, can you please go ahead and cut it? So he cut it down for me, and then I bought the dreaded onions. If you know me at all, you know I hate onions, but these are gonna be cooked very well. I hate raw onions. Cooked ones, not quite as bad, and I'm not going to eat them. They're just going to be kind of the flavoring. But it is called for in the recipe, and it's probably pretty important, so I decided to go ahead and do it. This is my Sunday look for the day. I'm not wearing any foundation, just a little bit of powder just on shiny areas, lipstick, and a little bit of eyeshadow. So I'll show you what I'm wearing. So this is what I have on. This is the Clinique eyeshadow in Lovey Dovey, the pink one. Philosophy Inner Grace perfume. Could have used a little of that this morning. Lancome lipstick in Sugared Maple. It's that color. And then lip liner under that. This is the Make Up Forever in 3C lip liner. And then this morning I used this La Vanilla body butter in vanilla. This came in a Birchbox or Ipsy bag. I think it was a Birchbox. It's pretty nice. Okay, so I've just been tidying up a little bit around the condo and putting stuff away, getting ready to cook, but it's not quite time to start yet, and I was thinking I might try to go to the ABC store and pick up some of these items. I'm looking down at a list. There's a cocktail I'm going to try to make called a Redwood, and it comes from one of my Schiller's, is that the name? Schiller's Liquor Bar? Cookbooks, and it's very unique, so I don't have any of the ingredients already, which isn't that surprising. I don't have that big of a liquor collection yet. I'm only just starting to actually buy stuff to keep at home, because I feel like before I would just never make my own cocktails. I would just have them out, and I don't even drink stuff like with liquor that often. More likely to have wine or wine. So anyway, gonna head out there, see what they have. In Virginia, it's kind of, I think it's kind of like if the ABC stores doesn't have it, you can't really get it, at least not unless you go to a restaurant. So we'll see. I know, maybe other stores, not all ABC stores carry the same thing, but it's going to be interesting to see if they have this stuff, because it's very fancy. Like, I've never heard of Benedictine liqueur, and then they call for a certain kind of vermouth and a certain kind of scotch, and we'll see. I'm not that worried about getting all that specific. You are just climbing on me. Yep. Okay, I had a successful trip. I got a little bit of scotch. I didn't want to buy a whole bottle because I'm not a scotch drinker myself much. Don't really like it. So I just got Johnny Walker Black. I got some bitters and some sweet vermouth. Just got a small bottle. It looks really big, but that's because everything else is small. Alright guys, I have a whole lot of onions. And then the brisket with that side up on top of it, and it was rubbed with the garlic powder and salt mixture. And then more onions and some water, and I'm going to put this in the oven now. And I'll show you what it looks like later. These are my absolute best. This is the best thing that ever happened to me because between the brisket and mostly just the raw onions, I hate the smell of onions on my hands. So this allowed me to chop up 2 full onions without any kind of onion smell, throw everything away. Really easy. Yeah. So I forgot to vlog the redwood, but this is the apple martini. I'm making it again because I have a dinner guest. And it's pretty tasty. I think it's better than the redwood, but that's just because I don't really like scotch. So this is the finished product. This is the brisket sliced thinly over some egg noodles with a little butter. And we're gonna chow down.